Hello everyone and welcome to GTA Online Racing episode 23, and today I'm going to be talking about improvement and how you improve on the game, how you improve in racing in general. So the footage that you're watching is kind of the last, everything in this video is the last little footage that I have where slipstreaming is available. So slipstreaming is on in all of these races. Obviously catch up isn't on. The first race is quite a good comeback as well. And yeah, basically catch up isn't on in all of my races anyway, but slipstreaming is on in these because these were taken before you could turn slipstreaming off. From now on, unless I say otherwise, all of my races will have catch up off and slipstream off. So just to clear that up, there'll be no catch up and no slipstream from this point on. So yeah, basically I'm talking about improvement in this video and how you improve on GTA Online, how you improve when it comes to racing on GTA Online, and how you improve it with racing in general. Now, this was kind of the topic of the latest racing school video. Now, how to improve your lap times was the title of that, and that directly relates to over here. You know, that directly relates to GTA Online racing as well. There was a comment that said, you know, you should do a video like this, but relating to GTA Online. But it's all exactly the same, you know. All of the ideas behind improving in racing on other games and in general all works towards GTA Online. So the principles of racing are always the same no matter what game or you're playing or whether you're doing it in real life, you know. Unless you're racing something completely arcadey like Burnout, the principles, the general basic principles of racing apply to all forms of racing. So I can go on to Gran Turismo, learn how to take a specific corner better, or learn something about how to brake a little bit better, and then I can directly apply it to Grand Theft Auto. I can directly apply it to my real life racing, and it all works both ways as well. You know, I can learn something in my real life racing, which I have actually done. You know, when I've been karting in that series, I've learned a lot more about racecraft and how to defend and overtake and things like that, and that has actually applied and made me get better results in GTA, in Gran Turismo. You know, it all works together. So racing as a whole is just, you know, it all works together. No matter what you're racing with, you can improve on one thing and it will help you improve on another. So when it comes to, if you want to improve on your racing abilities in GTA Online and you aren't watching my racing school series, or you've given it a little bit of a look and haven't really watched it in depth, I would certainly go and have a look at that. I'll put the link to the playlist in the description, because everything in that series will tell you how to get better at racing with GTA Online. The tips that I'm going to give in this video are kind of, you know, just little generalized tips. But to get into the main meat of the topic and how to improve on racing with GTA Online, you really want to be watching that Racing School series, because I do put a lot of effort into it to make sure the information I'm giving is as good as it can be. And it does go quite in depth into how to improve on the finer little details that will help you improve overall. And obviously keep up to date with that as well, because we are only on to episode 7. You know, I am going to focus on racecraft. I'm going to focus on how to overtake, how to defend, how to deal with stupid people. Now I am going to, you know, touch on those things in this, you know, these GTA Online racing episodes as well. I've got those planned for future episodes, but they will be more explained more in depth in the Racing School series. So that's where, if you are serious about improving your abilities, you should be watching those videos. But how do you go about improving your racing ability on GTA Online? Assuming you've seen all those, how do you apply it to GTA Online? Well, first you have to realise that nothing is going to come easy. You know, it's going to take a lot of time to improve and get better. Now, you have to be somewhat serious about doing this. If you want to improve your racing on GTA, you have to do it a fair amount. You know, you can't just watch a couple of videos and expect to be instantly better. You have to possibly go back to those videos once you've got something down, improve a little bit, then go back to a video, then practice a little bit, then take it into a race, and then go back to the video. You know, it doesn't happen overnight, essentially. You know, you've got to be consistently trying to improve on all areas and just get a little bit better and a little bit better at every little area that you can. But when it comes to GTA, the best place to start really is to host a race yourself. You know, just host any of the races that you have, and just drive the track. You know, just apply all of the things that I mentioned in the Racing School series to that track, and you're on your own. You don't have anybody else to worry about. You can just try to improve your lap times with whatever car you choose on whatever track you choose, and just generally get a feel for how to improve. Now that basically means that you could use cutting corners as a good space point, and you just start, you do a lap, you do a couple of laps, you maybe find a little baseline of where you think you are good, you know, that's where your lap time is. Then you leave it for a little bit, watch a couple of videos, see how you might be able to improve, come back to it, try and improve your lap times, try and find some new racing lines, try and brake a little bit later into corners, gradually, you know, build it up like that. And if you are, you know, hesitant, if you're not very good at sort of racing on newer tracks, I would suggest trying out all of the tracks on your own. So if you consider yourself to be racing the Bruffy Verified playlists a lot, you can boot up that playlist, race it by yourself, and just practice going around the tracks on your own. You know, find the best lines, find where you need to brake with certain cars, that kind of thing. You know, as I said, it doesn't happen immediately. You know, these things take time, and you have to do a bit of practice like that to get a general idea of where you are and where you need to be. But also you can practice in races as well. So just by racing and just by playing tracks more and just by, you know, racing more often on the game, you will improve as well. As long as you have these sort of ideas in mind of where you need to improve by, you know, some of the videos that you've been watching, you can improve that way as well, just by doing it more. Now, if you remember, one of the episodes in this series, I think it was episode 20 or episode 21, was talking about strengths and weaknesses. So I got you guys to post in the comments what your strengths and weaknesses were and what you felt they were. And that I did that because you need to be thinking about these things if you want to improve. You know, if you want to get better in certain areas, you need to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. So if you have a weakness in motorbikes or supercars around a certain track, that's what you should be practicing, assuming you actually want to be better at that. You know, if like, I don't really care much about dirt races, off-road races, so I don't do much to improve in that area, so I'm not really that bothered. But if you have an area where you feel you are a bit weaker in and you do want to improve, then focus on that, and focus on that more than something else. And then equally, if you have some areas where you have strengths, try to make those strengths even more strong. So when you are in races, play to your strengths. If you know that you are good on a certain track and that track is within a playlist of races, make sure that you win on that track. You know, these little things just to make sure that you have a bit of an edge whenever you come to a certain situation. And it's all about knowing yourself and knowing where you can improve, what you need to improve, and just doing it, just trying to improve in those areas, because it will help a lot to just be focusing on those aspects. It also helps to be quite humble. So if you know that there are other people out there who are better than you at racing, copy what they do. You know, look at what they are doing. Even if they aren't as good as you, they might do one thing or might have a strength in one area that you don't. So, you know, you can always learn from other people. And actually, I learned something in this race that you're watching right now. Now, the end of this race is crazy because there's 4 of us going right to the line, and I was really happy with how my overtaking went into the last corner, as you'll see. But there is something in this race that I learned as we were going through. Obviously, apart from the Shafter being much faster than the Surge in a straight line, even though the Surge had some slipstream, as you've seen just there. And it's coming up to this corner here, so as you can see, I'm coming up to here, and I brake a little bit earlier, and I take sort of the inside line here. Now if you look on the left, someone comes right around the outside and has a lot more speed because he took the outside line. Now I noticed that at that point, and I thought, right, well, I'll just do that next time. And in all of the races on Mall or Nothing that I did after that, I started to take that line, and it was a lot quicker. So even though I was better in some corners than others, I learned by seeing someone overtake me in that area, and that's now become the line that I take around the corner. So you learn from other people, not you know, there's only so much you can do on your own. You also have to get in those races, realize that other people might be a little bit better than you, be a bit humble, and learn from them. You know, do what they do as well. If there's a really quick guy in your lobby, try to copy what they're doing, or have a look at what they're doing, or talk to them and ask them some advice about what they're doing. You know, these sort of little things all go to help you. Now this is the point that I was talking about. I carried a lot more speed around that corner, got the block pass done going into the last corner there, and got the win. So it was a pretty interesting race to finish. But yeah, you know, hopefully this video has helped you when it comes to improving. I hope that that you guys manage to take some of these ideas and apply them to yourselves and get a little bit better when it comes to racing. And if you have any tips, you know, have any tricks, leave them down below, leave them in the comments. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and help each other out as well, you know, help each other to improve. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.